Hello everyone and welcome to the 2016 Band-o-Rama concert. I suppose we should just kind of address the elephant in the auditorium. Thank you for coming, and for those of you that are Cubs fans, I really appreciate that you're here tonight. So we heard that attendance was down last night because of the Cubs game, but I could see that many people made it to our concert. So thank you for supporting us tonight. We're going to continue this amazing night of some popular tunes with the Star Spangled Banner, probably the most popular of tunes. So if you can please rise and direct your attention to the left-hand side of the stage for the flag, and we will perform the Star Spangled Banner conducted by our 2016 drum major, Elaine Montgomery. Okay, thank you. So we are going to perform for you many groupings of songs. You can see on the concert program that we have that there's a lot of groupings of songs. You can see Shorty's set 1, Shorty's set 2. So we're going to play a lot of songs back to back to back, is kind of putting them together to create maybe one larger piece of music. So we'll ask to withhold your applause until we're done with that set. Our first set of music is our 2016 show, which is the music of Imagine Dragons and Fall Out Boy, and that is going to be conducted by your 2016 drum major, Elaine Montgomery, who's standing right behind me, and also performed by our 2016 Saber Guard, which is standing in front of me, and their color guard coach is Coach Megan Duda. Megan Duda, can you please stand up? Coach Duda has worked with these amazing Guard members to choreograph all 3 songs, which is a feat in itself, and they're going to perform that while the winds and percussion play for you. So here is our 2016 show, the music of Imagine Dragons and Fall Out Boy. Give it up for the 2016 Marching Band Show! All right, wasn't that a fun show? And I have to say that I'm super impressed by all of our students this year. We've kind of been, over the past 4 years, transitioning into a very young ensemble. I kind of say that every year, but it kind of still rings true, especially since last year we only graduated a handful of seniors, and this year we're going to only graduate a handful of seniors, so that we have a lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores, and even a lot of juniors. And it's pretty impressive that we're able to get 3 songs, not only memorized and performed. Now, we did have music tonight, but you could see throughout the season as you joined us at all the football games that they all had it memorized, and we learned 3 sets of drill. I think that in itself deserves another round of applause. So give it up for all the students. And that only means some more amazing things to come. One of the things that we do annually is we take a trip up to Northwestern in Evanston, and they host a band day where many different high schools around the area participate. And we are the only one from U46, but there are many high schools kind of around our area, from Rockford and then even closer to Evanston, that participate. And there's literally 1,000 musicians on the field during this halftime performance. So it's always a very fun thing for our students to experience. And they have 3 songs, and we learn those, and we perform those at a Northwestern football game. So we're going to present those to you now in another group of 3. It's Victorious, No, and Shut Up and Dance. Boy, I tell you, they never choose easy music for that Northwestern Band Day. I think it's because they have college students playing with us, but that was some hard music, and you can hear all those different 16th notes and syncopations. That's what really makes this music groove and fun for the students to perform. Continuing on, we're going to play a couple different sets for you. The first first two songs are a group of shorties. Now, shorties are what we play in the stand, and in the stands during like timeouts or when there's some breaks in the game. We want to play as much as possible, especially when the weather gets a little bit colder, and we want to make sure that our instruments are at a good temperature to keep playing. So I try to make sure that the students are engaged as much as possible, and we play as much as possible, much like a college band. And sometimes we actually play a little bit more. So we're going to play a group. Our first group is a really fun group, and we play this music a lot during our football games. The first song is Low Brass Cheer, and they're going to perform some choreography for you, and they're going to really sell it tonight. And then we're going to play T-Funk, which is my ultimate favorite percussion cadence. I think we played it like, 300 times or something like that. And then Iron Man and Imperial March, which are kind of some standards. So here's our first set of shorties and drum cadences. As I'm sure you can imagine, right, some of those songs are played after the defense really pummels on the other team, or when sometimes there's a call we don't like, we have to express ourselves in a musical manner. So, especially for Imperial March, Iron Man, you can imagine, right, the strength of our football team. Our next set is a group of shorties with some fun songs, some popular rock songs, such as Godzilla and Frankenstein, which I'm sure that if you hear and go back to your classic rock tunes that you'll recognize those, as well as two percussion cadences called Bumper and Navigator. Here's our second set of shorties and drum cadences. Going for the 2016 Favorite Percussion section. Every year, we host the middle schoolers from Canton and Teft Middle Schools for what we aptly named the Middle School Band Day, where much like our participation at the Northwestern University Marching Band Day, we have a much shorter name. It's just the Middle School Band Day, and we invite them to join us for a halftime show. I find this to be a really good opportunity for middle schoolers, many of which who are up here participated when they were in middle school at Canton or Teft. And this is a great opportunity for them to experience what it's like to be in high school, what it's like to perform at a football game, which is something that you just don't get in middle school. And we want to make that transition into high school more seamless and get them involved and excited about being in marching band, because it's such an exciting time. Because when you get to play all these pop tunes and rock tunes and modern day tunes in our normal day concert band setting, you just don't. So this is a great opportunity. So this year I chose one of our favorites called Party Rock Anthem. It was a big hit a couple years ago. I think it's one of the most enjoyable pieces to play, to listen to, and it kind of just keeps the energy flowing throughout the game. So here's our middle school band day song, Party Rock Anthem. Okay, we've got 6 more songs for you. It's kind of crazy, right? How many songs are we playing tonight? If you think about that for an instance, how many songs we had to learn That's a feat in itself. Just looking at this program, right? If you're a freshman coming into our program, that's a pretty big feat to accomplish. And I think that in itself, learning all this music in less than a couple weeks during the summer, deserves a round of applause. Give it up for these guys. Yeah, being in marching band is not an easy task, but we like to say that we get some perks. And one of those perks happened this year with our first ever trip to the University of Illinois. I was in the office, to kind of give you guys the story, I was in the office and Mr. Smiley, who is our current principal, approached me and said, I hear you guys are going to Northwestern. And I said, yeah, the kids are really excited, it's something we do annually. He said, well, why aren't you guys going to Illinois? And I said, well, it's 3 hours away and it costs a lot of money. He's like, put something together, get a quote. And so I did, and he said, we're going to make this happen. And through his extreme generosity, the generosity of other staff members, and the generosity of an anonymous donor, and the awesomeness of our students for being willing to pay for tickets, we were able to make this trip happen. And I hope that we can make this happen year after year. So can we, and I know he's not here, but can we give a round of applause for Mr. Smiley for helping us? And some of it is here. We're going to give another round of applause to my direct supervisor, Ms. Berman, for being extremely supportive and supporting us tonight. So let's give it up for Ms. Berman. You might be thinking, who's that? It's Ms. Probert. She got married, and it's the same person, same awesome person. So thank you very much for supporting us. We're going to continue on with 3 more Stans tunes. These are longer tunes. Some are new this year, some are some oldies but goodies. We're going to play them back to back to back. First off, Boom Boom, Know Your Enemy, and then Born This Way. Here's those 3 Stans tunes. These students on stage have played this music so many times that this past week we've really, but this past week we've really worked on refining all the critical concepts of musicianship, such as articulations, uniformity, and balance, and blend, all the great buzzwords that we like to use when we talk about concert band music, which is what we're going to be transitioning to tomorrow. So they're all kind of, every note that they play, they're like, yes, this is the last time I get to play this song, yes, but you know what, they'll come back to this later when we have basketball band, so keep that on your calendars, people. Basketball band is a part of this curriculum, and we do have a lot of performances coming up. Our first one is on the back of your program. It is December, let me get this right, December 2nd. December 13th is our seasonal serenade, so I hope to see you guys there. December 2nd is our first and second basketball games. It's a doubleheader, which is great news because you kind of get two out of the way and you're here for the same amount of time. So that's really good for our students, and we'll revisit this music then. Tomorrow we're going to transition to concert band music. So with concert band music, I hope that you are inspiring your student to practice at home. Practicing is an essential part of this curriculum that you kind of have. It's sort of like pulling teeth, but once they do it a couple times and they build a routine, they realize just how important and fun it is. We want them to have great success performing not only here and with their peers on stage, but also at home, because that's an important concept for them to learn. And speaking of practicing at home, this year we have some amazing opportunities for all of our students. We have one of those opportunities is a music program called Music First, and we've had numerous assignments already with that. And so you should be seeing those on Infinite Campus. I hope that you are encouraging them to install the software on their computers at home, which is free to them because of some amazing work between Ms. Berman, myself, and our administrative teams. And then the other one, which we're going to be using more heavily, is called Smart Music. So my hope is that we're able to have some computers at home. We're finding ways for them to use this software because it's an incredible aid, and it is required. If they can't use it at home, they're more than welcome to use it on many computers we have at school. Okay, my PSA is out of the way. I really do appreciate everyone coming tonight. I hope that you had a lot of fun. We've got some more songs coming up, but I just wanted to thank everyone for being here tonight. Thank our administrators, thank Mr. Winters, thank Coach Duda, and thank all of you, as well as all the students on stage. So before we end tonight, we're going to play 3 more songs for you. We're going to finish the best for last, and I said this joke earlier, and my students kind of said that's a dad joke, and so now I can make these dad jokes because I'm a father, so I can make those. We're going to play Uma Thurman, Counting Stars and Applause, and I hope you give us some at the end. So here we go. Keep that applause going for 2016 Saber Guard and Saber Marching Band. Keep it going! Thank you all for coming out. Have a safe trip home and go Cubs.